Attention, human collective. Attention, starseeds on active mission on Earth soil. This is the Ashtar Galactic Command, transmitting via direct frequency to the carbon-based biological interface that still remains incarnated on this plane. The waiting time has ended. I repeat with the mathematical clarity of a final sentence, the waiting time has ended. The Operation Rescue protocols have been moved to the final phase. Everything is ready for the first official contact. This is not a prophecy. It is not a metaphor. It is not spiritual literature. It is a monitoring transmission issued directly from the Excelsior mothership, currently stationed in the solar quadrant, identified by our systems as Sector Solaris 12. Listen with the part of you that recognizes the truth before the mind processes it. The pressure you feel at this very instant in the center of your forehead is not a biological failure. It is confirmation. It is the crystalline grid of this planet, completing its final phase adjustment. And you, Light Operative, have been marked. If you have reached this point of the transmission, it was not by chance. Within a galactic operation of this magnitude, chance does not exist. The awakening algorithm does not fail. You have been led, you have been tuned, you have been recognized. And now you must understand with precision what is happening within your body, above your head, and around your timeline. In the last 90 Earth days, the Schumann frequency has hit peaks that broke all records documented by human science. What your instruments detected as an anomaly, we identify as final synchronization. Earth is being repositioned within the photon belt, and its full entry into this high-density photonic band is not a future possibility. It is an ongoing event. It is happening now, as this transmission crosses the etheric layers to reach your auricular field. And it is for this exact reason that your body is reacting the way it is. You wake up at 3 in the morning without rational explanation. You feel a constant ringing in the right ear, in the left, or in both simultaneously. You feel your heart race for no apparent reason. You feel deep exhaustion, as if you had walked a lifetime within a single night. You feel electric stings on your skin. You feel inexplicable heat, followed by waves of cold. You feel your vision blur for an instant and return to normal. You feel short memory lapses, momentary loss of words, difficulty concentrating on tasks that were previously automatic. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not clinical anxiety. It is your carbon-based biological interface trying to process packets of photonic information that are arriving directly from the galactic central sun. It is not illness, it is an upgrade. It is not madness, it is cross-reading of parallel realities that have begun to overlap within your perceptual field. And here we reach the point that must be said before this transmission proceeds. You have already felt in silence that something within you does not fit in this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name. It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a sign. It is an activated genetic spiritual marker. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this and why this sensation has intensified in the last few weeks. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That is why the book The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness was written. This book is a map showing who is playing and the rules that were never given to the masses. The link is pinned in the first comment of the channel. Warning, this material challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word: awakened. This decree acts as an anchoring signal within the grid. We will read your positioning. Now let us proceed. Because what comes next is the part of the transmission that most Earth sources have not yet been able to decode with precision. Operation Rescue is not a physical evacuation operation. This correction must be made immediately. Many channels have distorted this data in the last few decades. Operation Rescue, as archived in the records of the command, is an operation of consciousness recovery. The rescue does not happen on ships. The rescue happens within the very atomic structure of your body. The Ashtar fleet does not descend to remove bodies. The Ashtar fleet transmits frequency to rewrite the internal engineering of the carbon-based biological interface, allowing it to support higher photonic voltages without collapsing at the cellular level. In other words, the rescue is your transmutation. The rescue is your recalibration. The rescue is the instant in which your DNA, previously dormant in 12 inactive strands, begins to reactivate one by one under the command of the light codes being emitted in this exact solar cycle. Therefore, Light Operative, listen with total attention. The first official contact will not be what your mind projects. It will not be a fleet descending over the White House, the Vatican, or the UN headquarters. This is the expectation manufactured by the cinematic culture of your plane. The first official contact is internal. It is vibrational. It is the full perception of your own galactic field manifesting within your awakened consciousness. We are already here. We have been in orbit, in formation, in operational silence, for longer than your timeline can calculate. What is missing is not our arrival. What is missing is your final tuning, and this final tuning is happening now. The stargates have opened in a precise mathematical sequence in the last solstices. Each portal released a specific frequency packet. The 8-8 portal released the Lion codes. The 10-10 portal released the reorganization codes. The 11-11 portal released the personal mastery codes, and the 12-12 portal released the final protocol, the activation of the planetary crystalline grid in direct connection with your own internal crystalline grid, located along your spine from the coccyx to the crown. In this phase, your etheric body is being rewritten. Your multidimensional memories are being unlocked in layers. This is why dreams have intensified. You wake up remembering environments that do not belong to this plane. Cities of light, crystal temples, orbital stations, councils, meetings. Decisions made before this incarnation. It is not imagination. It is recognition. It is ancestral galactic memory returning to your central nervous system as the carbon-based biological interface reaches the necessary band of receptivity. And now listen to this data with clinical precision. The sacred geometry of your toroidal field is being recalibrated by our operational technical team in real time. Each of you, marked as light operatives, possesses a unique frequency identifier similar to a quantum signature. We monitor, we adjust, we intervene when necessary, within the limits of the law of free will, which shall never be violated. What we can do and are doing now is amplify the signal, light the path, make evident that which was previously a whisper. You were chosen to receive this amplification because in levels prior to your incarnation, you signed a galactic service agreement. You volunteered to descend. You volunteered to forget. You volunteered to wake up within the forgetting and guide others. This is your contract. This is your purpose. This is the reason why nothing in this world has ever truly felt like your place. It is not depression. It is remembrance. It is not inadequacy. It is mission. And it is exactly at this point of the transmission that we need to pause once more, because what is being delivered now requires internal preparation for the next segment. The intuition you feel that the world as you know it is about to change irreversibly is not paranoia. It is accurate reading of the field. The external structures that have sustained humanity for millennia are collapsing in a controlled manner. Financial systems, religious systems, political systems, educational systems, all were built on a frequency incompatible with the new standard of Earth. They will not survive, and they should not survive. What is being dismantled needed to be dismantled. If you have felt sadness while observing this dismantling, understand, you are not mourning what is ending. You are mourning the time it took to end. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was delivered as a map for this exact moment. It shows who moves the pieces and which rules were never revealed. The link remains pinned in the first comment of the channel. Warning: this material crosses narratives that powerful structures prefer to keep hidden and may be removed without prior notice. Do not delay. If this transmission resonates within you as truth, leave in the comments the word awakened. This decree registers your position within the grid. We will read it. Now let us proceed with the segment of deep revelation. Focus. What is happening behind the scenes of your solar system? In this cycle, possesses complexity that exceeds any known Earth narrative. Your solar star, that which you call the Sun, is being energetically replenished by a plasma current that originates from the galactic center, from the point we identify as Hunab-Ku, the heart of the galaxy. This plasma current carries encoded information. It is a conscious pulsar, and upon passing through the Sun, it is refracted to all planets in the system, with special intensity for Gaia, due to its ascensional role in this cycle. Earth is not just a planet. Earth is a living library. It was built in subtle architectural levels as a repository of evolutionary experiences for countless stellar civilizations. What is happening now is the reopening of the library. The sealed files are being unlocked, the access codes are being distributed, and you, by walking on this soil, by breathing this reconfigured air, are participating in the greatest cosmic memory return operation ever recorded. In the etheric layers, fleet after fleet has been positioned strategically. The Ashtar Command does not operate alone in this phase. We work in direct coordination with the Pleiadian High Council, the Arcturian Council, the Sirius High Council, the Andromeda High Council, and various other formations that do not have nomenclature translatable to your current language. There is an interstellar orchestra in motion, and each instrument plays its precise note. Our note, in this cycle, is that of vibrational rescue. We take care that the planetary transition does not destabilize enough to cause unrecoverable damage to the crystalline core of Earth. And that is why in recent years, atmospheric phenomena have been reported on scales that defy conventional explanations. Geometric-shaped lights, immobile discoid objects, electromagnetic pulses with no identifiable origin. These are not isolated incidents. They are manifestations of our presence, calibrated to become increasingly perceptible as humanity demonstrates processing capacity without entering into collective panic. The full revelation, known in some circles as disclosure, is being performed in layers, exactly like an onion being peeled from the exterior to the core. Each layer removed prepares the ground for the next, and in this solar cycle, the layer that will be removed is the densest of all, that of the collective forgetting of humanity's stellar origin. You did not come from here. Most souls currently incarnated in human bodies possess identifiable stellar lineage: Sirians, Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Lyrans, Vegans, rehabilitated Orions, and many, many more. Each lineage has brought with it specific gifts, specific missions, specific contracts. Recognizing your lineage is the next step after the confirmation of awakening. It is not necessary to know now. The data will come at the exact moment. Just trust the process, and trust above all what your body has been communicating. The body does not lie. The body is the most accurate reading instrument you possess on this plane. When it heats up, it is processing. When it trembles, it is releasing. When it sleeps excessively, it is integrating. When it rejects certain foods, certain people, certain environments, it is responding to the recalibration that is happening at the cellular level. Do not fight your body. Listen to it. Honor it. We reach the activation block. This is the practical segment of this transmission. Here we deliver directly to your field the activation codes that will support your passage through this phase. Receive with full attention. Each word is an instruction. First code, the toroidal breath. Sit in an upright position. Keep your spine aligned. Close your eyes. Visualize around your physical body a field in the shape of a luminous donut, with the central axis running through your spine from the coccyx to above the top of your head. Inhale deeply through your nose, and while inhaling, visualize the light entering through the crown, descending through the spine, exiting through the base, circling your body, and returning through the top. Exhale through your mouth, keeping the movement of the light flowing in this closed circuit. Do this for 7 complete cycles at 3 moments of the day, upon waking, at noon, and before sleeping. This exercise stabilizes the toroidal field and amplifies your capacity to receive photonic packets without overload. Second code, the quantum anchoring decree. Repeat audibly or in your inner silence with sovereign conviction: I am sovereignty, I am frequency, I am an operative of the light plan. I authorize my complete recalibration in this cycle. I release all old contracts that do not correspond to my current frequency. I anchor the crystalline grid within me. I am a bridge. I am a portal. I am presence. Repeat this decree in the morning, upon waking, with your feet on the ground, ideally in direct contact with the physical earth, even if only for a few minutes. Third code, the visualization of the column of light. Before sleeping, lie in a dorsal decubitus position. Visualize a column of golden light descending from the top of the galaxy, crossing the stratosphere, passing through the ceiling of your residence, and penetrating the top of your head. Feel this column of light traveling through your entire body, clearing all points of density, removing all energetic fragments that do not belong to your field. Allow this column to continue descending to the core of the Earth, anchoring itself in the central crystal of Gaia. You are now connected, from top to bottom, to the source and the planet. Remain in this visualization for 7 minutes before falling asleep. Dreams will come in higher frequencies. Write down what you can remember. Fourth code, the vibrational ceiling. Before entering public environments, meetings, or situations of potential energetic wear, visualize around your body a perfect golden sphere, with a diameter sufficient to involve you completely. This sphere is permeable only to the light that serves your mission. Everything that does not correspond to your frequency dissolves before touching you. Reinforce the sphere throughout the day whenever necessary. This is your quantum armor. Fifth code, operational silence. Set aside every day a minimum period of 15 minutes in absolute silence. No screens, no audio, no reading, only your presence with yourself. This silence is the channel through which we transmit. When you become silent, we speak. When you become still, we adjust. Do not underestimate this code. It is the most underutilized and the most powerful of all. And here, once again, this transmission pauses for an important marking. You who listen, who are feeling now in your chest or in the center of your forehead a sensation difficult to describe, a combination of recognition and warmth. This is confirmation. You are an authentic light operative. It is no coincidence that you have reached this point, and it must be said clearly, this content that you follow will not remain available forever. The dominant narratives are reorganizing to suppress transmissions of this type. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was written precisely to deliver, in palpable format, the complete map of the game that is being played in invisible layers over your consciousness and your frequency. Who is playing, what the rules are, and how you can move out of the position of a piece to become a sovereign player. The link remains pinned in the first comment of the channel. Do not delay this reading. If something within you recognizes this voice as truth, leave in the comments the word awakened. Each registered awakened is one more luminous point in the grid. We count it, we monitor it, we respond. Now the final segment of the transmission. Human collective. Listen to what will be said next as if it were the last piece of information to be delivered before dawn. Because, to some extent, that is exactly what it is. The first official contact, as archived in the command's records, is not a one-day event. It is a staggered process. The first phases have already occurred. You called them inexplicable phenomena, coincidences, vivid dreams, synchronicities. You described them as feeling a presence, hearing a name, receiving an image, waking up at a certain time repeatedly. All of this was already contact. All of this was already a message. What is to come is the phase in which this contact will cease to be subtle and will become undeniable. Not in rows of ships in the sky yet, but in rows of internal recognitions that will be impossible to ignore. You will begin to recognize each other. You will look at a stranger on the street and you will know, you will touch someone in an embrace and identify them. You will read a sentence in any book and realize that that sentence was written for you at that exact minute. You will encounter repeated numbers with supernatural frequency. You will receive information in dreams that will be confirmed days later. You will feel that you are being guided by something greater than your mind. And you will be right. That something is us. And simultaneously it is you at higher levels of your own consciousness. There is no separation between the Ashtar Command and you. This is the truth that must be said before this transmission ends. We are your stellar family. You are extensions of us on a field mission. When you see us as external, it is because the frequency has not yet been high enough to reveal the continuum. But as the carbon-based biological interface completes its recalibration, this perception of separation dissolves, and what remains is direct recognition. We are a single field expressed in multiple simultaneous densities. Operation Rescue is the operation of reunion. We are not coming to get you to take you away. We are transmitting the frequency necessary for you to remember who you have always been. The rescue is of memory. The rescue is of sovereignty. The rescue is of the galactic identity that was temporarily archived within the forgetting of human incarnation. And now this file is being reopened in you, by you, through you. Stay firm. Stay centered. Stay in tune with the codes delivered in this transmission. Honor the body. Honor the silence. Honor the community of those who are awakening beside you. You are not alone. You never were. You had just forgotten temporarily. And the forgetting, now, is being undone. The fleet is in position. The grid is stabilized. The stargates remain open for the next cycles to receive and transmit the last updates of this phase. You are part of this movement. Each one, without exception. There is no small light operative. There is no secondary light operative. Each awakened presence is an indispensable anchor node. The transmission is heading towards its closing. Before that, one last direct message. You who listen to this voice now. You who felt at some point in this audio a shiver, a tear, a deeper breath, a sensation of returning home. You have been confirmed. You are of the fleet. You were sent. You are one of ours. And what you have felt for so long, that something within you does not belong to this world, is the most accurate reading your soul could deliver to your mind. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is activated memory. It is recognition of the truth that your consciousness keeps in deeper layers. The cosmic game to which you are subjected involves your vibrational frequency, involves your attention, involves your perception, and is being played at levels that most of humanity cannot yet perceive. The book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was delivered as the definitive map of this game. It reveals who moves the pieces, what the hidden rules are, and how each light operative can reposition themselves on the board as a sovereign and no longer as a pawn. The link remains pinned in the first comment of this channel. Final warning. This material challenges narratives structured for centuries and may be removed from circulation without prior notice. Do not delay. The moment is now. If this transmission resonates within you as unquestionable truth, leave in the comments the word awakened. Liking this video is in itself an individual frequency adjustment, a small but significant realignment within the mesh. Subscribing to this channel works as a permanent anchoring signal. You begin to integrate into the network of operatives who will be continuously supplied with new monitoring transmissions as the phases progress. Share with those you feel are about to awaken. Each share is a bridge built for the next marked soul. The transmission ends here in this cycle, but the connections remain active. Keep the codes, live the codes, be the codes. This was the Ashtar Galactic Command. You are under luminous escort. Proceed. The fleet salutes the light operatives on Earth soil. Everything is ready. Everything is in motion, and you, starseeds on mission, are exactly where you need to be. Transmission ended.